Hello, my name is Chrissy Carnes. I'm one of the following members of EFTT for this project that deals with the day traders. The purpose of this video is to show the user environment of current day trading on Forex, how we can test on the Forex platform, how we can change the parameters of this particular expert advisor, how we can use the dates to test this particular expert advisors for forward testing and history testing on the strategy tester. So let's get into it. So right over here on this Forex platform, here we have all the charts that basically shows the live chart of the market and whether we're using the indicators and what expert advisors we're using. It will show up on that particular chart. And basically over here is all the currency pairs that the market is watching over. So it would ask the bid price, ask price, all the goodies that the users and developers can use to develop the expert advisors, and for the users basically what they preference to trade in. Right over here is a Navigator, so it's basically giving us the information about expert advisors, indicators, and our account. So over here is a good use of strategy tester, so that us as a developer can use to test out our expert advisors, how it works, whether it is doing what it's supposed to do, and if it's not, then we can know for sure by using this strategy tester, and we can basically go back and modify the code. So this is basically all the settings that we can use to test on this particular expert advisor. So here you can see that we can pick any kind of expert advisor, but we're gonna stick with the Gordon day trading. The symbols is basically all the currency pairs available in this market. So we're going to use the euro versus the US dollars, and the model. There are basically three different types of methods of historical data modeling to be used for testing. So every tick points, and then there's the open price only, so that's the most fastest method, so that's what we're going to be using. And then we have the dates. So this will be our history testing and our forward testing. So our history testing, we can change it from here. So it will be January 1st of 2018. It's already there, and then all the way to June 30th of 2018. And here we can pick the period, so the time frame that the expert advisors will be using to trade in, and basically this is a preference of the trader itself, whether they want to operate in different kinds of time frame. So we're going to stick with the 15-minute, and the spread is basically the difference between the ask price and the bid price of the currency pairs. Now, as a developer, we want to make sure that the user, when they want to use our expert advisors, that this is what we're going to be testing on with this much of account money in our account. And we're going to be using the long and short, and the input is basically giving the users the most optimizable approach that they can to be able to change any inputs of this particular expert advisor offers. So they could change the indicators such as the RSI or the Bollinger Band or the MACD. So this is where they can test to see whether all these variables are working and you can change them to like by clicking on it, making it check, and then putting it to, changing it to 1. And that's basically how you would change the parameters. Then we have the open chart, but as you can see, I already have the thing open. So this is how this expert advisor would look like. So it would have the barter bands on this chart, and we'll also have the RSI along underneath the chart, and then under that will be the MACD. And you could have it very zoomed in, but it would probably look like this. But having zoom in is much better read on how this expert advisors is working. And this is basically telling you that all this in the chart that you see here is basically telling you that using the RSI and the MACD and the Barter bands, if they're all combined together as one, they'll be able to determine when to trade and when to sell. So they all have to be combined to buy and sell. That's basically what this can be helpful to the user, so they can know, the right over here, I could do a buy, but it doesn't show up in this particular indicator that it's actually a good buy. And then there's the MACD, where it actually tells you, oh no, it is a good buy, or if it's not a good buy. And so it's basically a way to show you how the market flows when there's a uptrend, when there's a downtrend. So an uptrend would be like a bullish, and the downtrend would be the bearish. So that's basically what this chart, this is how the user would read it, and this is how the developers will read it, where they know for sure that this expert advisor will be able to buy at this particular place when all 3 of the indicators are aligned. So if right over here where it says modify expert, here you can modify the code after you have finished testing or using the strategy tester to test the expert advisor. So here, if you click it, it would automatically take you to this meta editor that comes along with Forex as soon as you downloaded the platform. So this, you could change the code and then be able to compile and basically go back over here on the platform and be able to test it out again. So if I were to test it for the 4-year period, you just click start and just wait for the duck sound to come out, and then you can see the results of the time, of the type of buy or sell, the type of order, the lot size that we placed in order, and what the price will be when we place a buy or sell. And then we have the profit, how much we had gained or how much we have lost, and then there's our balance of our account. And it also shows a graph right over here. So it would give us like a pretty good visualization of how this expert advisor is actually behaving well or behaving bad. But not behaving bad, but more of how well this expert advisor is doing. And then here is a report. So it give us an information of how this expert advisor is doing. This is really a good strategy tester that we as a developer can use to figure out how to make our expert advisors better for our user to use. You know, have them not worry too much about whether they're losing or whether they're winning a lot or not. So this is a really good this really good strategy tester, so we can test our expert advisors. So if you want to look at our forward testing, that we could change it to July 1st of 2018 and all the way to October 31st of 2018 using the same settings, no changes. So if we go start again and we hit results, and basically telling us when it had sold, when it has bought. And again, also the graph would tell us how well the performance of the expert advisor is doing, and then also giving us a report and all these important data that we can use to make sure that our expert advisors is good enough for our users to use. And that's basically all that there is to it for this user environment. If you have any other questions, you can contact me at this email address. And if you have any other questions about the project or anything else, you can contact my mentor at this email address right over here. And thank you for your time. Have a wonderful day.